Okay, hi, good evening, everyone. Hi, Sadish and Vidisha. Anyway, we'll start. We are waiting for two more attendees, but we'll start. We'll not wait anymore now because the time has already, we have reached the time to start the class. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Sadik, and I belong to the institute called Magic English Academy, which is located in Kochi, just in front of Lulu Mall. So, we have been teaching communicative English, spoken English, and Ielts. Our institute is located in the heart of Kochi. So this is our IELTS demo. So we are going to see something about IELTS. So I understand that you want to know about IELTS and you're planning to appear for the test of IELTS. And today in this session we will see what is IELTS all about and what are the easiest ways to crack this test so that you can score your desired bands. Hi Vidisha.
Hello.
Hello, hi Vidisha. Hi, good
Hello.
evening.
Good evening, sir.
Welcome to
Good
the
evening.
class.
Thank you.
So how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay, please introduce yourself for the class.
Okay. I'm Vidisha. Basically, I'm from Kerala, but right now I live in Hyderabad. I'm a physiotherapist, and I'm planning to take a general IELTS exam.
Can you speak, Sadish? Are you
Sir,
are you listening? Are you listening to the class, Sadish?
sir,
Okay, okay, Sadish. Can you please introduce yourself?
I am Satish. I am from Tiruru,
Okay. Where is it located?
Andhra Pradesh, near to Vijayawada.
Okay. What do you do, Sadish?
I am studying in third year BTech.
Under BTech. So, are you planning to go abroad?
Yes, sir.
Are you planning to go to any foreign country? And which country are you planning to go to?
I have not decided in this.
You're not decided. So, are you free now? Can we start the demo now? We can finish in 40 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Right? Are you familiar with any IELTS? Have you attempted IELTS? Have you attended any classes about IELTS? Sadish, are you familiar with IELTS?
I don't know, sir.
You don't know about IELTS. Okay, okay. So please wait. Then I'll start the demo if you're free. What happens is, let me start Vidisha and Sadish, please listen to the class. This is a demonstration for IELTS. In this session, we will be talking about IELTS. I'll explain what is IELTS all about. Okay, and how many modules are there? What are the papers that you have to attempt in this test? I'm starting my video. So IELTS is International English Language Testing System. So it is a test that you need to appear for and get the desired bands if you want to travel to any English speaking country, either for the purpose of studying higher studies or for migration. If you want to take up a job there, you need to pass IELTS test. So how you can do this? You can appear for the test. The test happens 2 or 3 days in a month in all the centers where you can apply. But before you apply, you need to prepare because this test has got a format, and you have to prepare yourself to face to perform well in these four papers. Okay, and how many modules and how many papers? What is the timing, duration of each, and what are the things that you have to get prepared with? That everything we will see in this session. So there are two modules. That means if you want to appear for the test, you should know which modules you have to take because it depends upon your purpose of going. If you are going for higher studies, for sure you have
Okay,
to
sir.
take academic. Okay. And if you want to go for a job, you need to take general test. So you have to decide on this. Okay. And what are the papers? There are four papers for both. Even if you appear for academic or general, you need to appear for four papers. The four papers of IELTS are this: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. That means that these are the four papers that you have to study and sit the exam for. First, listening. Okay, and the total duration will be less than 3 hours in total. And what happens in listening? Listening contains four sections. So in the listening, what happens is in listening section, what happens is you are given an audio, different types of audios, and we will see what are those type of audios. And Suhail has joined. Hi Suhail, welcome to the class. Okay, so let's welcome Suhail also. Listening paper means you are given a set of audios, and there is a definite given format for this audio, and you are supposed to listen to this audio, and you have to answer the given questions. You will be given 40 questions. That means you are given an audio to listen to and a question paper, and listening to the audio you are supposed to answer these 40 questions in 30 minutes. You are given 30 minutes. 30 minutes plus 10 minutes. What is this 10 minutes for? This 10 minutes that you are given is for transferring your answers to the main answer sheet. That means you have to listen to the audio and write down your answers in the question paper itself. And when you get the time, in the last 10 minutes, you are supposed to transfer your answers to the main answer sheet. One more person has joined. I think is Samson. Okay, he's joining now. Okay, Samson, welcome to our class. Samson Simon. So we have just started. So we are just talking about IELTS. Okay, Samson, welcome. I will make you speak after some time because we had a small introduction session in the beginning. Okay, Simon. So we are talking about, I will introduce myself for those who came late. My name is Sadik. I belong to Magic English Academy located in Kochi. So we are an IELTS institute, IELTS and Spoken English, Communicative English Institute. And I will talk to Samson. Samson, I'm unmuting you because others have spoken. Hi, Samson. Good evening. Welcome to our class. So can you speak a little bit about yourself, Samson?
Myself, I'm Simon, because I have completed diploma in hotel management now.
Okay. And which part of India are you from?
Sorry?
Which part of the country are you from? Where are you from?
Sir, I'm from Kerala, Trivandrum.
You are from Trivandrum. So you have completed BTech, right? And what is your future plan? Are you planning to go abroad?
Yes,
Okay. Which country is in your mind?
I want to go London.
London. So listening. In listening, what happens? You go to the exam center and they're giving you a headset, and they make you sit in front of the system, and they will be giving you an audio series. And the given time is 30 minutes. The audio will be 30 minutes long. And you will be given a question paper, and there will be 40 questions in the question paper. So listening to the audio, you need to quickly answer these 40 questions one by one. So the challenge is this: you can't replay the audio. You cannot listen to it second time. So you have at a stretch you have to answer. So this is a bit challenging. And this audio is often English, native English speakers audio mostly. Okay, and there is a format. There are 4 sections. What kind of questions, what kind of answers? Is it objective type? Is it true or false? Is it something different? So we'll see that in the demo. Okay, so 30, just bear it in mind for now. Listening 30 minutes plus 10 minutes. What is 10 minutes? You have to write the answers on your question paper, because there is no time to check your handwriting and make it a proper handwriting and all. It will take time. So immediately when you listen, because the audio will be playing, so you have to write your answers on the question paper itself, and that in the last 10 minutes, the extra 10 minutes, you have to transfer your answers to the main answer sheet. So this is what happens in listening. And what kind of audio, how to answer, how to get prepared, what are the tricks and techniques that you can be very fast in getting answers, we'll see in this demo a little bit, and in our course we'll train you extensively on this on this area. Okay, and then comes general training, reading. See, it is like listening and reading general. For reading academic, it will be different. So reading is different for general and academic, but listening same for all. Okay, listening and speaking will be same. That is why I have put it like this: listening and speaking common for both, and they differ in writing and reading. Okay, reading and writing will be different for general and different for academic. That is all. So but time, number of questions, everything is same. I will show you listening paper. Okay, I'm showing you the listening question. Okay, the question paper will look like this. This is a question of listening. These are the general instruction which we are seeing already. I'll tell you everything. And here the question starts. Section 1. I told you there will be 4 sections. Section 1, 1 to 10 question. And these are the see, read it. Complete the notes below. That means one of the types of the question will be complete the notes. Already this is a note, and before you listen to the audio, you will get some time to look at the question. Why? Because you need to have an understanding about the kind of audio that you are going to listen to, right? So you have otherwise you will be blank in your mind. You have no idea what you are going to listen to. So first read the question. Then what happens? You get some idea about the kind of audio. Write no more than 2 words. Transport from base water. When you read the question, we will get some idea. Express train leaves at number 1. So you have to write express train leaves at what time. Nearest station is what time. You will get it from the audio. Number 706 bus goes to dash. Number dash bus goes to where? Number dash bus goes to station. Earlier bus leaves at some time. So basically, when you go through this question, what happens is you get an understanding that the audio is about some transportation facility, and somebody is asking for some travel information, and while listening to that you will have to fill this information. And let me give you some more information about section number 1. Section number 1 of audio or listening will be always a conversation between two people from a general context. That means it is a conversation between two people from a general, not academical, not something related to medical, not something related to universities and colleges, not about something about research. It is from a very general context, like a customer is calling to a travel agency and getting some ticket information. A person is calling a police station and making a complaint about his lost briefcase. A person is calling to a mobile customer service and asking some information. Something like very general context, two-way dialogue will be there. So section 1. And section 2, there will be 4 sections, as I said. These are the section 2 questions, and for each section audio will be different. First one, conversation audio, and second section audio will be a monologue. What do you mean by monologue? One person is talking to a group of people. One person is talking to a group of people. That means there is no discussion. There is no back and forth conversation. So, for example, a lecturer is giving a lecture, delivering a lecture to the students. A minister is addressing a inauguration program, something like that, or a radio program, a radio broadcast. Something like that, one way speaking. That is what we monologue. So second section will be monologue. Listening to that, you have to answer this question. We will see a sample. And section 3 of listening is these are the question. Another set of audio, another kind of audio. It will follow back to back. There is no gap. Okay, at a sitting, you will get all these audios. Section 3 will be an audio with more than 2 people in a discussion. Right? It's like a group discussion. 3 or 4 people talking to each other with something, about something, and you have to, from that, gathering the information, you have to quickly answer these answers. And section 4, another audio, it will be again a monologue. That means one-way speech. It's like again, this is also a general context, and this one, 4th section will be a academic context. That means similar to what you have seen in section number 2. So what is the difference? Section 4 will be a little tougher than section. All the sections will get tougher as you move forward. That means first session will be easy section, second section will be little tough, and third will be little more tough, and fourth will be most tough. Like the level of difficulty will increase as you move forward with the section. So this is all about listening, and we'll see a sample of listening. Write 1, 2, 3 in the piece of paper. So as you get the answer, just fill it, and it will be like sequence only. That means first question will be from the first part of audio, second answer will be from the subsequent to that, third will be subsequent. It will be in sequence. It is not possible that the 5th answer will be in the first session of the audio. No, it will come one by one. So I'm starting it.
Test 1. You will hear a number
So are you able to hear the audio?
Yeah, I can hear.
of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Section 1. You will hear a conversation between a clerk at the inquiries desk of a transport company and a man who is asking for travel information. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5.
Okay, so sample. You have to. Yeah, they're giving you time to look at the question, and this destination harbor city is a sample. They will play that portion first, and also to give you an
You
understanding.
will see that there is an example that has been done for you.
Yeah, they will.
On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good morning, Travel Link. How can I help you?
Good morning. I live in Bayswater and I'd like to get to Harbour City tomorrow before 11 a.m.
Well, to get to Bayswater...
No, I live in Bayswater. My destination is Harbour City.
Oh, sorry, right. So that's Bayswater to Harbour City. Are you planning to travel by bus or train?
The man wants to go to Harbour City, so Harbour City has been written in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen,
This is the
because
proper
you will
test
not hear
starting.
the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions
Now you
1
try yourself.
to 5.
Later on we'll locate the answer.
Good morning, Travel Link. How can I help you?
Good morning. I live in Bayswater and I'd like to get to Harbour City tomorrow before 11 a.m.
Well, to get to Bayswater...
No, I live in Bayswater. My destination is Harbour City.
Oh, sorry. Right. So that's Bayswater to Harbour City. Are you planning to travel by bus or train?
I don't mind really, whichever option is faster, I suppose.
Well, if you catch a railway express, that'll get you there in under an hour. Let's see. Yes, if you can make the 9:30 a.m. express, I'd recommend you do that.
Great. Which station does that leave from?
Helendale is the nearest train station to you.
Did you say Helensvale?
No, Helendale. That's Helendale.
What's the best way to get to the Helendale station then?
Well, hang on a minute while I look into that. Now, it seems to me that you have two options. Option 1 would be to take the 7:06 bus from the Bayswater Shopping Centre to Central Street. When you get there, you transfer to another bus which will take you to the station. Or the second option, if you don't mind walking a couple of kilometres, is to go directly to Central Street and get straight on the bus going to the train station.
Okay, which bus is that?
The 792 will take you to the station.
I guess the walk will be good for me, so that might be the better option. What time do I catch the 792?
There are two buses that should get you to the station on time, one just before 9 o'clock and one just after. But look, at that time of the morning it might be better to take the earlier one, just in case there's a traffic jam or something. The 8:55 is probably safer than the 9:05.
Yeah, I don't want to miss the train, so I'll be sure to get on the 5 to 9 bus.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions.
So this is the first question questions of section 1. Okay. Did you get the answers?
Yeah.
Express train number 1. What is the answer?
Yeah, 9:30 a.m.
10:30 a.m. Nearest station?
Helendale.
Helendale. That spelling is also very important, because if they repeat the spelling in the answer, and it comes as part of question, then that has to be perfect. Like even one letter mistake, spelling mistake will be considered the wrong answers. Yes. Okay. Helendale. Okay. And number 3.
Number 3 that I don't get properly. I think shopping center.
Okay. It was Central Street.
Central Street. Okay.
Okay. We'll locate. There are some ways to locate easily. So some tricks are there. So number 4.
Number 792.
Sorry.
792.
792. Yes, correct. And earlier bus leaves at
8:45 a.m.
No, it was 8:55. Even if you write 8:45, it is wrong. And so we'll see. I'll play it again. See.
Good morning, Travel Link. How can I help you?
Good morning. I live in Bayswater and I'd like to get to Harbour City tomorrow before 11 a.m.
Well, to get to Bayswater...
No, I live in Bayswater. My destination is Harbour City.
Oh, sorry. Right, so that's Bayswater to Harbour City. Are you planning to travel by bus or train?
I don't mind really, whichever option is faster, I suppose.
Well, if you catch a railway express, that'll get you there in under an hour. Let's see. Yes, if you can make the 9:30 a.m. express, I'd recommend you do that.
Your answer.
Great. Which station does that leave from?
Helendale is the nearest train station to you.
Did you say Helensvale?
No, Helendale. That's Helendale.
What's the best way to get to the Helendale station then?
Well, hang on a minute while I look into that. Now, it seems to me that you have two options. Option 1 would be to take the 7:06 bus from the Bayswater Shopping Centre to to Central
Central
Street.
Street.
When
Central
you
Street.
get there, you transfer to another bus which will take you to the station. Or the second option, if you don't mind walking a couple of kilometres, is to go directly to Central Street and get straight on the bus going to the train station.
Okay, which bus is that?
The 792 will take you to the
792.
station.
I guess the walk will be good for me, so that might be the better option. What time do I catch the 792?
There are two buses that should get you to the station on time, one just before 9 o'clock and one just after. But look, at that time of the morning it might be better to take the earlier one, just in case there's a traffic jam or something. The 8:55 is probably safer than the 9:05.
Is probably.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to...
how the answer comes is not straight away. They are saying there are two options. There are two buses. Okay, one is before Nan or after Nan, and it would be better to take the earlier one. Let me check. I would suggest 8:55 on will be safer for you. Something like that. They speak. Not straight away.
Yeah, answer in the middle, right?
Answer in the middle, yeah. So you should be very expert, like in listening and understanding. So section 1 is very simple. Like comparatively, compared to others, it's simple. But as you move forward, it will get tougher. For example, section 2 will be tougher than section 1. Section 3 will be tougher than so. Like the degree or level of toughness goes as you move forward with the sessions. This is how. This is a sample. So this is all about IELTS. So we'll give you what we give you is the extensive training on this on each one. For example, writing. There are some techniques like writing and speaking are more important because you need to have some vocabulary, grammar, everything for these two. And listening also, there are some texts. You can underline the synonyms or keywords and look for its synonyms or exact words. Some tricks are there. We'll show you all that. Plus, what you're getting, similar kind of interactive classes will be there. Plus, we have a website, and in the website, by logging to this website, you can attempt all these yourself in your free time. There are lots of materials put in different sections like listening, reading, writing. For each section, there are modules, and you can go and find out, mark your answers there, and computer will give you, our system will give you corrections and marks, everything. Even speaking, before you come to the live class, you can record your voice to the questions there. When you play the question, they will ask you some question, you have to record your answers, and will get your answers. So like that, instead of studying with a book, you will be learning with our computer materials. Okay.
Yeah.
So like,
This is good, Ian.
This is good. So we are getting everything, and 6 months is the duration. It's a long actually. Okay.
Yeah,
Because
but,
some people will be. Yeah.
I'll be here up to, I said that August last. I think we can say that 4 months like this. 4 or 5 months. 4 to 5 months. Yeah, I need to do before that.
Okay. But maximum, we are giving maximum because some people come from very low background, like from very basic level of English. They need some more time. That is why we are giving 6 months. For a normal speaker, 2 months are good enough, actually.
Yeah, 2 months. 2 months maybe I can appear test.
2 to 3 months. So if you can join, it will be a good decision because it's a very different kind of training we are giving, and we have experts to take you for each session. Each session will be handled by different instructors. Plus, our specialty is that we are giving computerized materials which you can log in and practice yourself every time. And there are 5 mock tests in the system. That means if you appear for an exam and you fail, what happens? You are losing 14,000 of exam fees, right? When you write the exam next time, again you have to pay. Here, you will get 5 mock tests after all the training. That means it is as good as a real test. There is a timer in the system. You can sit there like in a proper exam center, and there will be time deadlines for each section. There will be timer, and you can appear it as if you appear the real test. So you get a real feel of appear. So you'll be very confident when you go for the exam. So all these facilities giving are given to you afterwards, like after I finished with the explanation. So we were here, right? Listening. So we have seen listening, 40 questions, 4 sections, and 10 minutes for transferring the answers. And in the training, general training, reading and academic reading is totally different. What happens? You are given a set of materials to read. In the listening, you are given the audio, but here you are given what? You are given the reading materials. These reading for general are taken from a general context, from, for example, from newspaper, from magazines, some advertisement of something like that. And for academic, it will be a little academic related. Okay, and you have to read it and answer immediately. Instead of audio, it will be reading. But what is the challenge here? The challenge, the total time given for training reading is 1 hour. Listening it is 40 minutes maximum, and for reading it is 1 hour, and you are supposed to answer 40 questions. So here, this is the challenge. In 60 minutes, you have to answer 40 questions. That means you are getting average 1.5 minute to answer one question. But here we have to practice. We have to have some techniques called skimming and scanning, because you cannot sit and relax and read the whole content. There is no time for that. So quickly you have to go on reading and pick up the information. So you need some training for that. Okay, so we'll teach you that how to do that fast reading and how to pick up the information. When you do a set of mock tests and training with us, you will definitely, it will get much easier for you. So in the reading also, I will show you a sample. Okay, wait. Let me take a general reading for you. I'll show you reading question paper. I'll show you how it looks like. It looks like this. These are the reading materials. For example, general training, read the text below and answer 1 to 7 questions. So this is a very general. Eastern Energy, as gas agency, is having some instruction guidelines to their customers. So help center, energy efficiency line, and some questions. Say whether this statement of question, these are the question 1 to 7 from section 1. Customers should inform, you have to say true or false or not given. Customers should inform Eastern Energy of a change of address on arrival at their new home. It is true or false according to this paragraph. So you have to quickly answer this. So customers should inform Eastern Energy. Customers are expected to read their own gas or electricity meters. Is it true or false? But you will get it when we read it, when we practice a few times. So you will get a nerve of answering this. So this is like, so here we have 3 sections. Section 1, on type of reading, and section 2. Okay, section 2, another material, choosing premises for a new business. It's like a manual or some research information, and you are given question. Like, choose no more than 2 words from the text below. Some people choose expensive premises because they want to create an impressive dash for their company. So you will get it from here. So it will not be straight, it will be synonyms, it will be a different kind of presentation, but you have to absorb the meaning and fill the answers. Okay, so like this. So this is a sample. Section 2 different and section 3. So in reading you have 3 sections, but we will give you a number of tests like this, and we'll make you practice with that. This is all about what our reading. Then comes writing. Writing task again 1 hour. And in the writing task you have 2 tasks to attempt. What is the task 1? And this also different from academic and general. Only academic and general differs in 2, writing and reading. Let me talk about general first. In general, you have the first task is to write a letter, 150 words. Okay, 150 words. And task number 2, write an essay, minimum 250 words. That means you should write 250 words for the task 2 and 150 words task 1. Task 1 is letter writing, task 2 is essay writing. But you cannot simply write the way you feel like. But there is a given format. There is a given, not format is simple, dear, and closing signature. But the content, there is some criteria upon which you are assessed. There is some content. How to start, what are the kind of words you need to use. You cannot use simple English. You want to use rich vocabulary. Some formalities you need to follow to get the good score here, and that is general writing. And now we will come to speaking. Speaking is the last session, or it can be the last session or first session, because the first 3, listening, reading and writing, will happen on the same day. Speaking can happen either the next day or the previous day of these 3 tests. This is what happens normally. In speaking, what happens? I will go to that. In speaking, you have 3 parts. Like in listening we had 1, 2, 3, 4, and reading we had 1, 2, 3 sessions. A speaking interview, that the speaking session with the examiner, is divided into 3 parts. The first part is this, introduction and general question. That means when the exam starts, he asks you some introduction questions about yourself, your hobbies, your hometown, and also some topic based questions. For example, he asks you about your friends. He asks you whether you have many friends. He asks you, do you value your friends? Do you respect your friends? Do you call your friends very often? Some back-to-back some questions in part 1. It is very simple, And in part one, what you have to do, we'll train you for that. And there are some ways you have to follow. Part two, in the part two, and the part one will last for 5 minutes, maximum 5 minutes will be part one. And part two is called cue card question. In cue card, what happens? He is giving you a topic written on a piece of card, and he hand overs the card to you, and you have to speak about that topic for 2 minutes. 1 minute to 2 minutes, maximum 2 minutes. Okay, more than 1 minute, but less than 2 minutes. And it will look like something like this. See, sample cue card. This is a cue card. Describe something useful you learned from a member of your family. You should say what you learned, how this became useful later in your life. Have you taught it to someone? So you have to speak about this point 2 minutes. And when you speak, you cannot speak endlessly. But there are some ways. Quality speaking that you will see. So here 2 minutes speaking for 2 minutes. Maybe it may sound very easy, but when you start, you will see. Even if you are talking about a simple task like mobile, talk about mobile for 1 minute. It will be difficult, right? So, but the kind of questions that we are getting in cue card question can range from very simple one to very difficult one, right? So it can be like this. And we'll train you to we'll practice with hundreds, more than 100 topics like this, or dozens of topics. So after some days you will be able to speak about anything. We'll give you vocabularies for that, phrases for that. We'll teach you to use idioms and all. So like that you have to appear for speaking part. Okay. Part two, cue card. Okay, so the topic for cue card can be very simple one, like talk about your hobbies. What is your main hobby? When you started this hobby, and why do you find it very pleasureful? So something like that. Or it can be very difficult one. Talk about your view on what do you call the laws in your country. Okay, or you can they can talk about speak about a flower that that you sold recently. Let's talk about a flower that you saw recently, something very like that. So you should be able to speak about anything. So, and part three, after part three, in part two you will get an extra time, 1 minute to get prepared. Okay, we'll give you a piece of paper and a pencil to mark some points, and 1 minute will be given, and after that the part two will start. So you are getting some time to get yourself prepared. Okay, then part three. In part three, what happens is a discussion about what you have spoken in part two. So he will ask you some additional questions about the topic, about the not only about the topic, from what you have spoken in part two. So that means this part three is overruling the possibility of you going to the center with a memorized answer and you luckily get the same question. So they don't know whether it is a memorized answer. So they are making you speak in a spontaneous situation. Like you should be able to answer some spontaneous questions. So that is the purpose of part three. This is all about speaking part. Okay. Now what you have to see, we have to see some practice speaking session. In practice, we'll not straight away go to part one and part two, because we'll check your fluency. Are you fluent in English? If you are not fluent, we'll give you some training for that. Do you have any grammar problem, grammar vocabulary problem, grammar? Are you confused about grammar? So we'll teach you grammar in the beginning. So after that, we'll get into this. Straight away, we don't know your speaking level. So what happens? We are giving you some spoken English free training if you are not good in speaking, and that will help you to improve. And after you start speaking in a fluent way, then we will move on to part one, part two, three. So, but here I will give you a test. Okay, I will put your mic on and we'll speak about part one. Part one, what kind of questions, And okay, before that, let me give you, on what basis are you assessed? What is the criteria of giving you the marks? He doesn't look at your appearance and give you marks. He doesn't look at whether you are smiling at him or not, then give you marks. He doesn't check whether you are properly dressed, and based upon that he gives you marks. No, there is a definite criteria upon which he assesses you. For example, these are the four one: fluency and cohesion, 25% mark; vocabulary, 25% mark in speaking; grammar, 25% mark; pronunciation, 25% mark. Now we will elaborate each in a little more detail. Fluency and cohesion. What is fluency? Fluency, some people get confused that fluency means speed, so they try to speak very fast. Speed has nothing to do with fluency actually, right? Fluency means flow of information and words back to back without any struggle, stress, and any flow, right? So it has to be in a flow. It has to be in a flow, in a smooth delivering of dialogues, right? Fluency. And cohesion means you have to have an idea about how to speak, where to start, and how to bring it forward. You cannot mix everything and make the person confused, right? Cohesion, when you explain something, there is a way. I got up early morning, then I got dressed up, then I had my breakfast, then I walked to the bus stop. I waited for the bus for 20 minutes, and after that, my bus came. Then I reached my interview spot, something like that, back to back, one by one. If you mix everything, then it will be. So that is what cohesion. Cohesion is a good art that you can develop yourself for in communication, right? So 25% vocabulary. How do you get more scores? If you speak simple English, you will get very normal or low scores. You have to add the range of your English. What is the range of English? Okay, it is very easy. You repeatedly say easy. No, change it. You have to say it is very straightforward. Okay, something like that. It is very nice weather. It is very common vocabulary. It's awesome weather or pleasant weather outside. Okay, it is very cold. Instead of that, it is freezing cold outside. Okay, like that. I can walk. I can't understand. I can't understand is a common way. You can say I am at a loss to understand what you are trying to say. Something like that. I can't understand. You can say I can't figure out. Like that, you have to use high quality words, and upon that you will get. And how will you get we'll give you the words, we'll give you the vocabulary for each topic, nice vocabularies, everything like will improve your speaking. Grammar, many people are really struggling with grammar, but we have some easy way to learn all the tenses in a very short time, maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, and we'll make you familiar with all that. Okay. Pronunciation, do you need to have an European accent? No, you don't need. But you need a standard accent which is free from your mother tongue influence, and also it's a language that doesn't confuse the listener, right? So clean, standard accent is fine. How to do that? We'll teach you intonation, we'll teach you stressing rules, we'll teach you modulation a little bit. This is enough to have a good accent, okay, clean accent. So pronunciation also, you can speak in such a way that you have an accent which the listener can't understand. Okay, it has to be a standard one, but not necessary that you need to have an American or European accent. So upon this, for each category, we'll analyze you and give you marks. Okay. Now we will move on to a small test. I will test your speaking skill now. We'll take part one, but when we start training, if you join our course and when we start training, we'll not straight away go here, but we have some other steps to come with. Like we'll talk about some simple topics and we'll have some very casual talking and all like that. But here, for a demo purpose, we'll do part one. In part one, do you remember what I said? Introduction and general questions. We'll ask you about some very general question like your hobbies, your work, study, or something like that. Okay. And what is the time? You can't. There are some do's and don'ts. You can't speak short sentences. Yes or no, sir. Don't do that. You will not get any marks. Okay. Not short sentences. Do you like your hometown? Yes, I like my hometown very much. This shouldn't be the answer. This should be at least 3 sentences long. Yes, I like my hometown much. Basically, I belong to a town called Calicut, which is one of the main cities in Kerala. I was born and brought up there, so it's my hometown. It's a place which is very close to my heart. Something like that. You have to speak like that. Do you read books? Actually, I read books, but I am not a very good reader. I used to read a lot when I was very young, when I was in my high school. At that time, I used to get a lot of free time. But now I want to read, but actually I'm not getting enough time these days. So like this, you have to expand this to 2-3 sentences, and we'll train you how to do that. For this, you need ideas for each topic. So we'll train you to do that. So let's try part one only. In this session for speaking, we'll try part one. So let me put your mic, Samson and Satish. Let's try. Okay. Here. I will give you some tips. Okay, I will give you some tips to get through this exam. What are the tips? And understand 3 sections. Now you got the idea. You have 3 parts. One speaking part, second cue card. First is general and introduction question. Second is cue card 1. Third one is follow-up question. And the examiner's expectation. What do you expect from you? Well-dressed man? No. A very good-looking person? No. He has some expectations. We saw that. Fluency, grammar perfection, accuracy, and cohesion. Fluency and cohesion, first one. Grammar accuracy, vocabulary, and pronunciation. These 3. So these are the expectations, do and don'ts. You should know what to do. You can't look at the floor. You can't just look and here and there. There's a way, as if you and appear for the exam. There is some very pleasant. You have to be very pleasant all the time. You need to have a smiling face. You should be looking very cool, not nervous, and you speak not softly. Don't speak with your low voice. Always like that. Some do's you have to follow. Okay, important tips, test information. So these are the things you need to. And don't speak yes or no. Don't speak short answers. Always part one. Make your answers minimum 3 sentences. It can be 4 also, but not 1 or 2, like that. So let's start with Shuail, and I will give you, before that I will give you some sample. For example, this is a part one question. Where is your hometown? My hometown is on the southeast coast of Northern Ireland. It's called Dantrum, and it's about 1 hour south of the capital city. And what do you like about your hometown? It is an area of outstanding. It's a quite interesting place. You can say like this. It is a very interesting place. It has a lot of natural beauty, and for me, it's the most beautiful place on earth. It has everything: fantastic beaches, rolling mountains, dense forest, and picturesque. So something like that you can speak. Okay, not short answers. So let's start. Okay, I'll start with Samson. Just a sample. Hi, Samson. Where are you from?
I'm from Trivandrum.
This is not enough for speaking session, IELTS. You can speak only single sentence. You have to expand it to some natural way of. Yes, I am from Trivandrum. Trivandrum is the capital city of Kerala. I was born and brought up there. I also did my education there, and I live there with my family. This is a natural way of speaking. Okay, so repeat. I'll repeat the question.
Sir, actually,
Yes,
my English
Samson.
not fluent. My English
No,
not fluent.
we'll make it fun. We'll make it fun. We'll make it fun. That's why we are doing the course, right? Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
Samson. Where are you from?
I'm from
I'm from. I'll repeat. I'm from Trivandrum. Repeat with me.
I'm from Trivandrum.
It is one of the main cities of Kerala.
It is one main city of Kerala.
Actually, it is the capital city of Kerala.
Actually, the base. Sorry,
It is the capital city of Kerala. Capital city.
it's the capital city of Kerala.
I was born and brought up here.
I was born from.
Brought up here. So like this, you have to speak. Okay. And do you have so many friends? Do you have many friends?
No, little bit.
Okay.
Kind of,
You can say I don't have many friends. I have only few friends. That is enough for now. For now, at this level, it's okay. I don't have many friends. I have only few friends.
Again, I repeat.
Yeah, yes. Do you have many friends?
No, I don't have any more friends.
Okay, I have only few friends.
I have.
Okay. So, what kind of breakfast do you prefer in the morning?
Today I had Kerala dosa and sambar.
Okay,
That is my favorite.
that is my favorite and normal breakfast. Okay, that's fine. So let me move on to. I have unmuted you, Shafi and Vidisha. You have no mic. It shows. Please fix your mic, please. Okay, Shafi. So we'll get into part one.
Okay.
Suppose this is a part one session of speaking in IELTS. I am the examiner. Okay. So he starts like this.
Okay.
Okay. May I know your full name, please?
Yeah, my full name Shafi Ujambadi.
Okay. What can I call you?
You can call me Shafi.
Okay. Can I see your identity card?
Yeah, I have my ID card in my pocket. Can I
Please
take
show
it
me.
off now?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this is my ID card.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now our speaking session starts. So till now it was not part of test. So after he checks your identity card, the exam starts. So I will explain. We have 3 parts for IELTS speaking. So we'll get into part 1. Okay. Okay. Mr. Shafi, do you like photography?
Yeah, not much.
This is wrong. You shouldn't speak single answers. We'll see don'ts. We'll see the don'ts. We can't speak single answers. We can't give yes or no answers. Minimum,
Okay.
it has to be as how will a native speaker will speak in such context? That is the main criteria. Just think
Yeah.
of. Yes, we can
Okay.
say yes. I like photography. I have been really passionate about photography. Actually, I got my interest in photography when I was studying in college. One of my friends was a photographer. From her, I learned a little bit of photography. From there, I got an interest. I used to take photos wherever I go. This much. This much should be the
Okay.
length of this each question.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
a natural way. So I will repeat this question. Okay, do as an example. Okay, Shafi, do you like photography?
Yeah, I like to do photography. Actually, I was doing it when I was in college and my studies. I was doing with photography, and later on when I grown up, my interest went to some computer science. So I just left off that. That's the thing.
Okay, great. So when you take photos, how do you take it? Do you use a mobile or camera?
Actually, I was using Canon 80 pixel camera before.
Yeah. No. One sentence, at least three sentences you should try. For is okay, but at least three should be
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
For
I
some
can say
questions, we
about
yeah.
what I can say. Like I can say the mobile when I take photograph using
So you
mobile.
can say some introduction, like some opening sentences. For example, yes, nowadays people take photographs both on mobile and camera because now we have a very high definition mobile cameras. But
Yeah,
still, I find it more comfortable to take photos with camera because it gives better clarity. So even though I have a mobile and I sometimes I take mobiles, mainly I use my camera for taking important pictures.
yeah, that's good.
Something like that in that range.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe you can travel as okay. When you take photos, do you use a mobile or a camera? Do you use mobile or camera?
Yeah, nowadays we have available both things. Mobile, even mobile has iPixels, and we can use mobile either mobile or camera. But I would rather choose camera because it gives more clarity and good high resolution pictures. And when we see when we use in the picture in the computer, we can see the resolution. If the resolution is good, we can use the pictures in any way for editing and all that.
Okay, that's great. Then, when did you take a picture last time?
Yeah, it's a tough question. I cannot say that. I took my last picture before 5 minutes when I was roaming out. When suddenly I saw that truck is moving on the way. When I thought to take a picture of that. So I took the pictures and I showed to my family mates, and they were saying, "Wow."
Okay, great. So, do you like more to take outdoor pictures or indoor pictures?
I would rather say that I would like to take outdoor picture more, but I do take with indoor picture also. Because when we go out we have more places and more things has to capture, but indoor picture will be, the things will be there the same all the time, because we will be most of the time we will be indoor side, but when we go outdoor you will have more what options to take capture the pictures.
Okay,
Maybe
great.
something like that. Yeah.
So, after taking photographs, how do you keep them?
Yeah, I have currently, right now I have mobile devices and even computer devices. I have great storage. I used to store my pictures in mobile device for a while, maybe for 30 days. Or after the 30 days, what I do is I store all the pictures through computer. I move pictures from mobile to computer because my mobile has memory of maybe 56 GB, something like that. So I just keep it my drive in my computer, and it will stay for longer.
Okay. Okay, fine. So, Shafi, this is a sample of part one. Okay,
Yeah.
likewise, now I spoke about photography. There were 5 questions. Likewise, maybe 2 topics maximum. Two. Sometimes it can be
Okay.
3 depending upon the time, but mostly it
Okay.
is two
Okay.
topics. He'll switch
Mhm.
over to another topic. Again, he will ask the similar kind of questions, and after that, he will move on to part two. Part two, we need some training. Like it's a very the
Mhm.
subject. Part two is cue card, right? So that topic given to you can range from very simple one to very difficult one. So we'll be preparing for everything. So after at then what happens? You get a lot of materials to work on. You get an idea to speak on different context, everything. So this may take. We cannot include this in the demo because it will take time. Introduction, how to start, a lot of opening sentences, everything. So we'll see. And because we have to see on listening also, I want to show you on listening also. And part 3, follow-up questions. So here we'll see what from what you've spoken. You said what mark will you get now? It will be depending upon this fluency, vocabulary, grammar. So I'll give you my understanding from what you've spoken. Fluency, and you have fluency, no problem. You didn't have any break. It was flow was good, okay. But cohesion was a little different. Cohesion means that orderliness. It has to be smooth. A little smoothness you have to bring. For example, you mixed something in between, and fluency was also good. But sometimes you dragged it like you can be little slow also. You were a bit faster. You can be slow. When you become slow by applying our other rules, stressing rules, intonation rules, and action rules, then it will be much better. Like better. So that you had. And the grammar was okay. No much grammar mistakes, but on not. For example, you said after when you talk about after taking photos, I keep it. It will come like keep them after that kind of mistake. Make you have to be a little careful about it. Pronunciation was okay. Good. Pronunciation was good. You will get around 20, close to 25% of the total. Grammar also you will get 20%. Vocabulary that used were mainly very simple, very normal. Maybe you can increase it. So 2 things: cohesion and vocabulary. You have to work. That's all. Otherwise, you will be very good in speaking.
I should work with that. Yeah, correct.
So that's it. Yeah, only 2 things. So this is how he assesses you. It doesn't give you blindly. He has a strict guidelines to give you the marks. So like that, instead of studying with a book, you will be learning with our computer materials. Okay. Like,
this is good.
This is good. So we are getting everything, and 6 months is the duration. It's a long actually. Okay.
Yeah,
because some people will be. Yeah.
I'll be here up to. I said that August last.
Okay.
I think we can say that 4 months like this. 4 or 5 months. 4 to 5 months. Yeah, I need to do before that.
Okay. But maximum, we are giving maximum because some people come from very low background, like from very basic level of English. They need some more time. That is why we are giving 6 months. For a normal speaker, 2 months are good enough, actually.
Yeah, 2 months. 2 months maybe can appear test.
2 to 3 months. So if you can join, it will be a good decision because it's a very different kind of training we are giving, and we have experts to take you for each session. Each session will be handled by different instructors. Plus, our specialty is that we are giving computerized materials which you can log in and practice yourself every time. And there are 5 mock tests in the system. That means if you appear for an exam and you fail, what happens? You are losing 14,000 of exam fees, right? When you write the exam next time, again you have to pay. Here you will get 5 mock tests after all the training. That means it is as good as a real test. There is a timer in the system. You can sit there like in a proper exam center, and there will be time deadlines for each section. There will be timer, and you can appear it as if you appear the real test. So you get a real feel of appear. So you'll be very confident when you go for the exam. So all these facilities are given to you. In our experience, online is more effective than direct, because our online students, both for spoken English and Ielts, they perform well, better than others. Because here, for example, I can show you everything back and forth, question, audio, then back to question. There manually it is not possible. So such facilities are there here. Okay. So thanks, Shafi. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming and checking our demonstration. Okay. Nice to have you. It was nice to have you in the session. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
They will get in touch with you. Okay.